Visparad 1. 1. I announce and complete my yasna to the lords of the spiritual creatures, and to the lords of the earthly creatures, and to the lords of those which live under the waters, and to the lords of those which live upon the land, to the lords of which strike the wing, and to the lords of those which roam wild upon the plains, to the lords of those of the home beasts of the cloven hoof, the holy lords of the ritual order. 2. I announce and I will complete my yasna to the yearly festivals, the lords of the ritual order, to Ma'idyo Zeremiah, the mountain giver, the holy lord of the ritual order, and to Ma'idyo Shema, the pasture giver, and to the Pa'etish Ahya, the corn giver, kernels, grain, and to Ayathriba, the furtherer or breeder, the spender of the seed of males, and to Ma'id Ya'irya, the cold, the holy lord of the ritual order, and to Hamas Pathma Daya, the special time for the ritual deeds, holy lords of the ritual order. 3. I announce and I will complete my yasna to the settlements of the future one, when the future shall produce them as it were anew, and I celebrate and will complete my yasna to the praises of the yasna collected, completed, and much offered, and to the miazdas of the saints of the ritual, male and female. 4. And I announce and I will complete my yasna to the seasons, the lords of the ritual order, and to the herd recital, Herd, of the Ahuna the area, and to righteousness the best, to him who has our praise, and to the Yenhe Hatam, the frequent chant of sacrifice, the holy and ruling in the ritual order. 5. And I announce and complete my yasna to the Gatha Ahuna Ba'ete, the holy ruling in the ritual order, and to those women who bring forth many sons of many talents, Mazda given, and holy lords of the ritual order, and of that chant which has its Ahu and its Ratu before it in the yasna. And I celebrate and will complete my sacrifice to the yasna Haptang Ete, the holy and ruling the ritual order, and to the water Anahita. 8. And I announce and I will complete my yasna to the Gatha Ustava Ete, the holy ruling of the ritual order, and to the mountains which shine with holiness, the abundantly brilliant and Mazda made, the holy lords of the ritual order. And I announce and will complete my yasna to the Gatha Spenta Inu, the holy ruling in the ritual order, and I celebrate and will complete my yasna to Verath Ragna, the blow of victory, or her given, the holy lord of the ritual order. 7. And I announce and will complete my yasna to the Gatha Bahu Kshatra, the holy, ruling in the ritual order, and to Mithra of the wide pastures, and to Raman Havastara, the holy lords of the ritual order, and I celebrate and I will complete my yasna to the Gatha Vahistoiste, the holy ruling in the ritual order, and I celebrate and I will complete my yasna to the good and pious prayer for blessings, the benediction of the pious, and to that Yazad, the redoubted and swift curse of the wise, the holy lord of the ritual order. 8. And I announce and will complete my yasna to the Aryama Isho, the holy lord of the ritual order, and to Shusho Mathra, and to that lofty lord, Hava Akta, the holy lord of the ritual order. 9. And I announce and will complete my yasna to the questions acts of Ahura, and to the lore of Ahura, to the Ahurian Dahvyuma, and to the Ahurian Zarathustrotema, holy lords of the ritual order, the farmhouse with its pastures, which give pasture to the kine, a blessed gift, and to the holy cattle, breeding man. The Visparad consists of additions to various parts of the yasna, and several chapters generally follow the corresponding portions of the yasna in the Vendidad Sada. The word Visparad means all the chiefs, referring to the lords of the ritual order. Chapter 1 should be read immediately after yasna 1-9. And the announcement, or, the invitation. Hey, I'm doing this. If y'all want to witness and take part, then the spiritual forces, may decide to whatever. But lords, because ruling as chief objects of attention during their mention in the course of the sacrifice, as also in the general case, entities guarding over all of their class. So the delineation, kind of like the mythology about Exodus 14:19 through 21. Okay, you have the verse, you have what you do to the verse, you have the divine, the 72-part name, or the 72 names, and then you have the angel names, and then you have and that responds to the demon names, and it's that sort of thing going on. And De Harlez follows the Pahlavi Sardik in the place of verse 2, the cold, and in verse 3, the future, because as much as you're living in the moment with the ritual, you're still future one, when the future. Pavan Yazisin Kardari, and the praises of the yasna. Un ga irio, a collective, are zizanan, a participle. You're honoring. You're doing something honorable, and you're honoring it itself by doing it honorable. That's what's meant by all this worship mentioned here. The English has a connotation far more nowadays than it used to, I think. And then we have praises of the yasna. Here is a praise to a part of the yasna itself, although not recited in the VS 258. Oh, a Visparad. Okay, but why not just say V? Make it sound like there's two words. Its chief word is Yaza Ma'edeh. Yaza Ma'edeh is the most sacrifice. The word occurs a lot. The chant of sacrifice in verse 4. And then we have it's Ratu, and then after that, parentheses before it in the yasna, are to him devoted to Ahuna, with its Ahu and Ratu. So, devoted to the practice, or the principles, you could say. And is it interpolated? And to the water, Ardve and Ahita? Well, a lot's been inserted and reinserted, but it's not quite as cut and dry as some of these people make it sound. The abundantly brilliant in verse 6 is a sense that's not so obvious. I'm not sure what's meant by that. The blow of victory, again, there's that rune with the the S and the I with it, Verithragna, you could say, in verse 6. So the note with that was the fiend smiting is the common meaning of Vritraha, but Verithra is clearly victory in Zend. Vritra also equals defensive valor. As I'm saying, that rune that I've just indicated, that you overlap the I and the S, is, it's like against vampires, against predators, or something like that. The Ma'eka can mean the departed saint. So, the benediction to the pious. In verse 7. And verse 8 we have Hava Oktha. Like in some of the Solomonic grimoires, you have one or two that have this sort of reference to it here. But it's a lost part of the Avesta. A couple fragments survive. Yasna 29 to 1, 10 through 23 follows. And so I guess we're cutting the Visparad short in this reference. And so how many Visparads do we have here? Okay, so we have 13 of them, but I think some of what we have to follow here is not going to be one program. It's going to be multiple programs for a single one. Multiple titles in a single program.